Hello nerds, my name is Faking Gaming Nerd and welcome to episode 2 of my modded server Let's Play series. You may notice things a little bit weird because I lost the audio for this intro, and rather than re-recording it, I've decided to just do voiceover after the fact. I also don't remember what I did in this intro, so this is going to be interesting for both of us. So in this episode, I'm going to be building a slime farm. I want to build a slime farm because slime is useful for slime pistons or sticky pistons and for the slime itself. And I have secret plans for the slime. One of the interesting things about this save is that there is a quad slime chunk near me. But what makes this quad slime chunk interesting is that it has one chunk in the middle, and then that is not a slime chunk, and then each edge of that chunk has a slime chunk. Another interesting thing about this is that because of how the slime chunks are placed, a standard slime farm won't work as well as I would like it to, because a standard slime farm would have iron golems on two ends of the slime chunk, but I want them, the collection system and the iron golems, to be in that non-slime chunk. So that does mean that this slime farm is not going to be super efficient. Because of that, and also because I'm actually cutting each slime chunk in half. The reason I'm doing that is so that all the spawning platforms are within the aggro range of the iron golems. And also, since I'm using half the spawning space, I have, instead of being a quad chunk, it's has similar efficiency to a dual chunk. What also makes this slime farm unique is that I have designed it for 1.18, and quite a lot of things have changed in 1.18. One of the biggest things is the light levels needed for hostile mobs to spawn. This has led to me to use different lighting sources. I ended up using glow lichen because it provides enough brightness to keep hostile mobs out, but also is dark enough for slimes to spawn. The other difference is because this is 1.18, bedrock is now at -64 instead of 0, so that more than doubles the height of pre 1.18 slime farms. But that also comes with a complication that due to the way mobs spawn, you can't actually have a singular AFK spot. The player itself needs to actually be moving up and down the slime farm in order to maximize its efficiency. This could be circumvented by having another player AFKing with you, but as that's not particularly realistic, and also means that you have to be a multiplayer instead of single player. And I want to make this slime farm able to be replicated by you, the viewers, if you choose to do so. The only modded block that is used in this farm is I'm using prismarine posts to keep the iron golems in their cages, but you could just use fences instead, and you wouldn't have to alter the design. Otherwise, everything else is vanilla. And with that, I'm gonna show you a time lapse of the building of the slime farm. Unfortunately, due to technical issues, I can't show you the digging out of the actual slime chunks. So I'll just have to leave it with the building of the slime farm, and I'll also chuck in a what I like to call a booty time lapse, which is just time lapse of me placing down ores and then breaking them with a fortune-free pickaxe. So nothing particularly special about that. So I shall see you soon after both those time lapses. So during this time lapse, we're gonna do a mindfulness exercise together. The one I've chosen is one that I particularly like, called Leaves on a Stream. So I will get started on that. So I want you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If you are not comfortable closing your eyes, you can just leave them open, but ideally there shouldn't be any distractions or anything around you. But whatever makes you comfortable, whether that's sitting or standing or laying down is perfectly fine. And I want you to imagine a nice stream. It can be a fast stream, it can be slow, it can be anywhere you want. I generally imagine a forest. And you're sitting by this stream, and you'll notice as you're sitting there, some thoughts will pop up every now and again. And that is perfectly okay. It's okay to have thoughts, but what I would like you to do is to imagine grabbing hold of that thought and then placing it on a leaf, and then placing that leaf onto the stream, and then just watch that leaf and that thought flow down the stream. And I want you to do that for any thoughts that come up during this exercise. There are no right or wrong thoughts, they are just thoughts. And every time they come up, just place them on the leaf and let them flow down the stream. Now, sometimes these leaves will go down the stream fast, but sometimes they may get stuck on some sticks or whatever, and you'll be stuck in that thought, and that's okay. Just notice that. You can even put the thought of noticing that onto a leaf and let it go down the stream. But eventually, as time goes on, that leaf will get unstuck and will flow down the stream. And so it's okay that it got stuck. It's okay that it flows. Um, whatever happens, happens, and that's okay. Um, and just keep thinking about um, that leaf, that stream, and all those leaves, and the thoughts that are on those leaves. Um, some examples of the thoughts that you could be having during this exercise is I'm bored. You could also be this is relaxing. And these are all thoughts. You could also feel frustrated or sad. Um, these are also thoughts that you can put on the leaves and down the stream. And we're not here to judge those thoughts. Thoughts themselves are okay. There's nothing wrong with thinking them. There's also nothing right with thinking them. They just are. And each thought you just place on a leaf and let it flow down the stream. And now I would like you to keep doing that, and we'll have silence for about 5 minutes, and then I'll continue talking. Okay, so that's been about 5 minutes. When you're ready, I want you to take a deep breath, and then in your own time, open your eyes if they were closed, and just bring yourself back to awareness of your surroundings. Now, as you're doing so, I would like to invite you to think about that exercise. Was it helpful for you? Was it relaxing? How did it make you feel? how did it compare to other mindful exercises you might have tried, whether or not it was useful to you, and whether or not you would like to do the exercise again. If you do want to do the exercise again, I will put in a timestamp on this video so that you can do the exercise with me again, or you can find someone else to do it with, or you can do it yourself. And I just want to congratulate you for going through this with me and taking part. I'm going to do some commentary here about while I'm building the Iron Golem Tower. This in particular, I found it quite amusing doing this because corralling iron golems into their spaces is very difficult. And if you may notice, it essentially just looks like I'm staring at the iron golem in the hopes that they will move, which is essentially was my method of corralling them. You'll also notice that I fall off the tower a lot and have trouble getting back onto it. That is a combination of both lag and my lack of skill with an elytra. Overall, I found this project very fun to do and also frustrating, as a lot of effort in digging I couldn't even show due to corruption of the files. But it's also okay that that things got corrupted, because I mean, I still accomplished something. Even if there's no video proof of it, I still mined out all that space. And it's okay that things didn't go perfectly. You also notice that there's some birch gates on the first layer of this slime farm. That is because I wrongfully assumed that the birch gates were needed in order to get the slimes to jump off their platforms. And it was only when I just happened to watch a YouTube video that happened to have a slime farm as part of the video that I realized that the gates weren't necessary. So there was a lot of wasted time getting the resources to make those gates, but that's also okay. It's a learning experience, and I'll find some use for the gates at some point in the future, even if it's just a simple prank. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And yeah, so this project's been a lot about making mistakes, learning along the way, and things turning out different to what I expected / wanted at first. But that's okay. Things rarely go the way that you expect, and it's okay that that happens. Welcome back. Once again, I have lost the audio for this clip, so I am providing commentary after the fact. So the farm has been finished building, but I want to quickly show you the redstone behind it. It's nothing too complicated, just hopper minecart unloaders, which are over there near the target blocks. That lever turns the hopper minecarts on and off. And overall, I'm pretty proud of what I've done. It's not completely original, it's not efficient by any stretch of the imagination, but for the most part I came up with most of the ideas by myself. Though credit where credit's due, I have watched a lot of Il Mango, Impulse SV, Mumbo Jumbo, and EFO, so that affects the way in which I do redstone and the way that I've done this particular slime farm. But for the most part I've tried to do things from my own knowledge or from what I remember of those videos. It wasn't just a straight, I watched this video, looked at this part and then just copied and pasted it. It was, alright, I vaguely remember the EFO hopper clock. If I do this, it managed to get it to work. Doing that didn't work for some reason. Why didn't this work? Look on Minecraft Wikipedia to find that out. And yeah. So what we're looking at now is the bubble vader that takes you up and down while you're AFKing. The amount of items you need to put into the hopper clock in order to prevent you from getting hurt by the magma block slash spending too much time or there not being enough time to get down will depend on your tick rate. This server is particularly laggy, so I believe I've got it set to about 40 items are in the hopper clock. And yeah, you just go straight up. I've put glass in just so that if you're having to look while you're AFKing, you might see a slime or two spawn / die. And then you come down. What you'll see here is that I didn't account for the lag. So I'm shortly gonna take some damage from the magma block. Which will be coming up fairly shortly. Now. So I just adjusted it. I believe it was at 50 items. I changed it to 40 items, I think, in total. It's kind of hard because the lag also yeah, so I don't know exactly how many items I put in, but about that much seemed to work. Actually looks like it's about 35. I don't know. It's a certain amount. Seemed to work this time. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed your time. I hope you've learnt some things, either Minecraft related or from the mindfulness exercise we did in the time lapse, or from the sentences that I made while mining some ores. For accessibility reasons, I put subtitles for those. And I'll also, if I remember, in the description below, I'll say something like, during the mining time lapse, the following sentences are written in Minecraft ores, and then put the sentences there, so that hopefully people of all types are able to receive those messages. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.